everyone, and welcome to Journey to the Other Side, episode 1, the kickoff episode to the podcast Journey to the Other Side, which is an extension of the magazine Journey to the Other Side as well, which actually just launched volume 1 last week. The link just popped up on your screen. I encourage you to check it out if you feel so inclined. And I am Lauren. I am the founder and creator of Journey to the Other Side, and this is an exploration of self. I started this as a way to be able to share my own personal journey after having experienced a loss of a job and really questioning my identity and who I was and why am I here on this earth? What is my purpose? And with the intention of being able to share other people's journeys and stories as well, because I believe that there is wisdom in all things and in all walks of life. And there's something that we can learn from every single experience, even if it's not our own. And so the intention was to create a platform and an avenue to be able to communicate with folks who are seeking some inspiration. Maybe there are those of you out there who were like me about 4 or 5 months ago and still like me in some aspects as you're continuing forward, and you're trying to figure out what your purpose is. You're trying to figure out who you are. You're trying to connect to something greater to you, greater than you, rather. And you are trying to get more in tune with who you are, the truth of who you are. And so this is what this space was created for. And so I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to Journey to the Other Side, what you can expect from this podcast, and leave you with a gem of wisdom, so that you can carry that with you during the rest of this week. And so I already gave you a little bit of a background on the podcast, the magazine, why I created it. And so what you can expect from this podcast is I'm still thinking about the format. And this is how you know that I'm a real human being behind this microphone and in this video talking to you on an actual journey, because I am a very firm believer that we have to be very intentional about what it is we're trying to do. And so I'm not one to force anything, but I am one to be very disciplined and diligent in whatever it is that I commit to. And I'm committing to creating this space, creating this podcast, creating this magazine with hopes of healing and with hopes of being and creating a space for others to heal. And so, what you can expect is that we'll come together frequency wise. I'm still working on that. And we will have what I call a gem of the week. That is a concept in which we seek to think about something from a self reflective standpoint. That can be of life itself, that can be of purpose, that could be of something that is greater than us. Some people call it the divine, some people call it God, some people call it source, some people call it Mother Nature, whatever it is and whatever it means for you. That is all that matters. And so many other things, but all in all, a journey of exploration and how we can seek to get more connected to the truth of who we are. And so we'll have a gem of the week. We'll go through a specific concept. I'll share that as a food for thought. And every now and then, we'll have a guest who will come and share their experience, their journey, their life lessons, their gems of wisdom that we can hopefully all learn from and take with us as we continue forward. And so that is a little bit of background as to what to expect. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a safe space. This is going to be a space where even if you don't agree, you are still welcome. But my ask and my request in creating this space is that everyone comes in with an open mind and an open heart, and that you respect yourself first and foremost. And in respecting yourself, then you'll be able to respect others outside of you, and being able to be receptive to a different perspective that may not be your own. That's what open-mindedness is. That is what practicing curiosity is. So there's your first gem. Let's get into it. That's the first gem of the week, and that is being open-minded. What does it really mean? It can mean so many different things. And if you were to look for a more formal definition, I'm sure you'd see a number of things. But in the most simplest of terms that I can think of, being open-minded is about what I just said. How willing are you to look at something from a different perspective that is not your own? Can you even entertain the thought or idea of an idea or thought or perspective that is not yours? And what happens when a new thought, a new idea, a new perspective enters into your domain, enters into your space, enters into your mind? How do you respond to that? How do you view it? Do you judge it? And if you do, that's okay. This is not a shaming. This is not, nor are we seeking to shame. That's not the goal, but it's a question. And being open minded starts with, I believe, can you even be honest with yourself to be able to reflect on that question? Are you open minded? Are you open to another perspective, to another idea, to another thought? And if not, how do you work towards being able to be curious about it? And I think that's the difference between judging and being curious. A lot of times when you're meditating or when you're engaged in certain types of practices, they'll say, when the thoughts and certain things come up in your mind, don't judge them. And it can be something that's really difficult to do if you're not trained or haven't practiced being able to be gentle with yourself. And that is being curious about the things that come up. So if someone says something that's completely out of the way or completely against something that you may have taught, thought, or believed, instead of shutting it down and denying them their experience or their thought or belief, even if you disagree, even if it's not true, can you pause for a moment and just say, tell me more about that? I wonder why that's their perspective or their experience. Why did I have that thought? Was there something underneath it? Was there a trigger? Curiosity. That's curiosity in the moment. So instead of shooting something down, we can open ourselves up to be curious about that which is coming up and give ourselves a little bit more grace and space to be able to be tolerant of things that we may not understand, agree, or believe in. And so there it is. There it is. There's your tidbit of the week, your gem of the week. Curious. How to be on the journey. So many different things come up when we talk about the journey, when we talk about being on a journey. And everyone's individual journey, our individual journeys can mean so many different things. They are just that. It's your individual journey. Okay. That's what it is. And so you could be on your journey towards finding a new job, finding a new partner. You could be on a journey to exploring a different country, taking a vacation. Being on a journey can mean so many different things. I like to refer to the journey that I'm on as a life journey because, as I mentioned, I went through a very big shift in my life, losing a job that I very closely associated with my identity and feeling as if after I lost that, I had no idea who I was. And so when we talk about being on the journey, what are some of the ways that we can learn to embrace and enjoy the journey? Because change, as wonderful as it can be, as exciting as it can be equally as scary. It can be equally as scary. And that's why many of us don't naturally get super psyched when it comes to change because the thought of disrupting our comfort is scary as hell. Okay. And that's okay. But at the same time, or not but and at the same time, can we open ourselves up to give ourselves the grace and maybe a little bit of guidance into how we can actually be on the journey? So, three quick tips I want to share with you all when we're on our journey. And that's the first tip is to be still and be still literally. Center yourself, get still, breathe. And you're probably looking at me like, Lauren, what are you talking about? I'm breathing, right? But there's a difference between getting still with intention, breathing with purpose, and with intention, and allowing the body to settle in its natural form, in its natural presence, in its natural state of being. There's a difference in that. So when I say be still, literally, take a moment to sit alone and take inventory of how you're feeling. What's going through your mind? How does your body feel? You might do a scan where you sit and you take 3 deep breaths, just in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't overthink it. Just get still, breathe deeply, calm the mind. How does your body feel? How do your feet feel? You might do a scan from feet up to the top of your head or top of the head to the soles of your feet. And then take note of any emotions that are coming up for you. And this is what goes back to no judgment. Be curious about it. Why am I feeling like that? Why did that thought just pop in my head? Why am I feeling this tingle in my foot? Be curious about it. But that's one way that we can be on a journey and actually enjoy the journey. Get still, literally. Pray, meditate, reflect, or breathe. Listen, whatever your walk of life is, whether you believe in the divine, whether you call it God, whether you call it source, whether you don't believe in anything like that at all, that's okay. I'm not here to pass any judgment on anyone. I'm here to create a space for us to all learn how to develop a deeper sense of self-awareness and a deeper connection to ourselves. But meditating and reflecting doesn't have to be tied necessarily to a certain way of thinking or way of being. Meditation may simply look like what I just encourage you to do, and that's to get still and breathe. Because there is actual benefit to calming your nervous system. There's an actual tie to that when you can do that. So if you can get still, meditate, breathe, and reflect, look at all the good that's come in your life and what it's done for you, the blessing that it has afforded you, everything that you have, and try to stay focused on all of the blessings that have entered into your life. Try to stay focused on that. And if a negative thought pops up, okay, I see you. All right, major presence, no, but I don't mean I got to talk to you. Think of a negative thought as that family member when you go to Thanksgiving dinner or the family get together, or that coworker who they're there. They're going to be there. Okay? They were invited. We necessarily didn't invite them because we're connected to every single being walking around this earth. So we maybe necessarily didn't invite them, or we unconsciously didn't recognize that they were coming. But I see them. I know you there. I might acknowledge you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to entertain you. Doesn't mean I'm going to sit around and have a conversation with you. Think of that thought, those negative thoughts, as that coworker, as that family member who you can't avoid them, but you don't have to entertain them either. There doesn't have to be tension. I see you. All right. Go on about your business. It's a funny way to think about it, but I find that it helps. And then the third tip, we got to move our bodies. We got to move our bodies. The verdict is out. Okay. Science continues to talk about all of the health benefits of moving our bodies. And if the pandemic got many of us, man, it really got me. It made me more sedentary and out of shape than I have ever been in my life. And moving your body, listen, just because someone is running a marathon, or someone goes to the gym every day, or someone does nothing at all, that doesn't have to be what you do. You have to get to a point, we have to get to a point where we are doing things that we enjoy. And sometimes there's going to be things that you might not necessarily enjoy, but there's a benefit to it, maybe to the body or the mind or the soul, the spirit, whatever, the case may be. But find something that you enjoy. If you like to take a walk, if you like to garden, if you like to ride your bike, if you like to play basketball, soccer, if you like to run, Figure out what you enjoy and get into more of that. But try really, really hard not to get caught up on what everyone else is doing, because it's so easy to get distracted by another's journey, by another's likes. Now, if you see or have a friend that's doing something that you can get into and you dig it, well, hey, go for it. There's something about being able to have a partner that you can work out with, or an accountability partner who can keep you honest. Find someone if possible, and move your body. So 3 quick tips. Let's recap those. How to enjoy the journey, because sometimes the journey is not necessarily what we want. That change is not something that we were looking forward to, maybe at the moment or at all. So get still, literally. Get still. Breathe deeply. And just reflect on how you're feeling. And then you can pray, you can meditate, or you can just do simple self reflection. And you might do a scan. You might do a scan from the feet to the top of the head, from the top of the head to the soles of the feet. How are you feeling? And focus on the blessings. Focus on all the good in your life. And when that negative thought seeks to show up in your space, associate them to that family member, that friend, that coworker who is unavoidable, but there doesn't have to be any tension. Don't have to entertain it. And then move your body. Move your body. Find a way to get active. Find a way to get active. Your mind will thank you for it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the first episode of Journey to the Other Side. As I mentioned, I am Lauren, the founder and creator and host of Journey to the Other Side, the podcast, and the founder and creator of the magazine Journey to the Other Side, which is available. Volume 1 is available free of charge. You can see the link right there on your screen. Also, if you dug what you saw today or what you heard today and you'd like to come back and maybe check out another episode, I invite you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and come on back. This is going to be a great time. This is going to be a great journey as we continue forward on finding ourselves, connecting more to the truth of who we are, and getting more in tune with our purpose. Peace and love to you all.